Yeah. All right. Shalom, 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 yasha Allah. Want to start off first and foremost, giving the course all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah. That's all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High God, Yahweh, and the name is only begotten Son, who the world calls Jesus Christ, who is a Mashiach Yahweh Shah. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into this video. It's a topic going on right about now about Dwayne Wade's son and stuff. We're gonna touch on that also in the video. But the video mainly is about teaching your child in the way it should go, right? Raising a child. This is a key thing in the truth, man. If you got children, is to raise your child in the right way, because you got to raise up that next upcoming generation. You got to raise up. That's gonna be your sons and your daughters, man. So you got to raise them up to fear the Most High and fear His ways, man. And to walk in His ways, Salakia. So you gotta. That's a major thing. And when you look around in our society, when you look around the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, why you see us getting put to death and all these things, is the main reason is that we're not being taught what we should do. That's right. We're not getting taught how we should keep the commandments. We're not getting taught how we should fear the Most High, right? We're getting taught how to continue in wickedness. We're getting taught how to turn a bag. We're getting taught how to steal from our brother. We're getting taught how to scheme and come up in the ways of the society and sort of step on the next man to get over him, man. So you got to raise up a child by thus saith the Lord and by the commandments, man. That's the key thing in the society. When your child gonna be fighting against the society, man. It's like you fight against the society. Come on. So let's get Proverbs 22:6. Let's go ahead and jump in it with no further ado. Let's go ahead and get in it through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6.
Right.
Train up a child in the way he should go.
Right.
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Right. So you gotta train up a child in the way it should go. You don't let. We're gonna show the video about Dwayne Wade, and he sort of just the brother sort of said, well, we sort of let our child decide what he should do, right? He sort of let his child be whatever he wanted to be, man, right? He let his child give instruction to him, man. But the Lord says to train up a child in the way he should go, and when he gets older, he's not going to depart from it, man, right? And imagine if you got a bunch of Israelites and we training up our children in the way they should go. You're gonna have a whole righteous generation, man, of children coming out, man. So you got to do that, man. So you got to train up a child in the way it should go. That's a key verse, and that's the best way to start off this video. Is your job to train your child, man. It's your job to tell your child what to do, man. You don't let your child make his own decisions, man. A child, he want to do whatever he want to do, man. A child go out in the street with heavy traffic. Oh, that's him. Let him make his own decision. That's sort of what Dwayne Wade is saying, right? And, the brother, he no one was really talking about him until he started going off like this, man. Yeah. Until he started, bringing forth the LGBTQ community. They gave the brother a little bit of light then, man. Because they want to bring down the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Exactly. And they want y'all might be some of the Jakes, that might be their favorite player, man. Dwayne Wade, he was cool with it. My children be like that. I might be like Dwayne Wade. Yeah. No. You gotta go back to these commandments and train up your child in the way it should go, man. And give me Hebrews 12 and 11, and then we're gonna get the video. And then we're going to jump right back into the scriptures through the spirit.
All right. This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 11. It says, now no chastening for the present seemeth.
Oh, yeah. Slocky. Go ahead.
It says, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous.
So no chastening in the present time seem to be joyous, right? What does that mean? That mean, like, say a child is getting corrected, right? You might have to spare the ride on him. Right. It ain't gonna be joyous when he getting this when you sparing the ride on him, man. Sure. No, a child ain't gonna be like, yay, man, I'm getting my tail whooped. No, he gonna sort of be mad that he got whooped, man. Right? Can you read?
But grievous.
Right? It's gonna be grievous. Right? It's a grievous thing. Oh man. Right? You know how Jake is when they getting their tail whooped, man. You know how we was when we was kids, man. You get your tail whooped, right? It's grievous, man. You sort of plotting all day. You get home, you're like, I gotta do something. You sort of taking out the trash and doing your homework. You're doing things you never really did before, man. Right? And then also, Salakia, want to say Happy New Moon to the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to the Israelites scattered abroad, all on the four corners of the earth.
Yeah.
Want to say Happy New Moon because we in Happy New Moon right now. It's a new moon class, actually, too. Forgot to add that in there, Salakia, on my part. But Happy New Moon to the brothers and the sisters out there. Now, let's finish that off.
It says, nevertheless, afterward, it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of the righteous unto them which are exercised thereby.
Right, so that going through that hell, right? You correcting your child when it does wrong, right? I mean, you correcting your child when he or she does wrong, right? It's gonna be grievous in the moment. You're gonna be screaming. You might have to spare the rod, or you might have to discipline them in a different way, man. Right? Certain times. But not spare the rod, but you gotta have the rod out, man. Right? You gotta be ready to do the rod, not spare it, right? Happy New Moon, Sister Kaya. And it says, read that again, the end part again, Salakia. Peaceable.
It says, peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
Right. So when you exercise, when you go through that chastening, right? When you go through hell, when you go through things, when you get in your tail whooped, that's a beautiful thing to go through that, because at the end you're gonna be corrected. At the end, you're gonna go by what the Lord says. You're gonna listen to your father's instructions, man. Right. So we're gonna pause right there, and we're gonna get this video that's going around. It's sort of trending. And it's Esau controls all this. These other nations, they set up to where all these things that's got Jake going down, you're gonna see it.
Big number one video.
You're gonna see it. It's out there. So let's pull up the video. You see if I can share the screen, Salakia. Bear with me.
Yeah, let's see it.
All right. Share that. Okay. All right, we're gonna sort of just press play on it. See it. All right, let's press play on this.
He and his family, how they are supporting their daughter Zaya, who recently came out as transgender. Dwayne is standing by. We're going to speak with him live in just a moment, but first take a look at their story.
A lot of you guys see me as a superhero.
NBA superstar Dwayne Wade is opening up like never before in the new ESPN documentary, D-Wade, Life Unexpected. The 38-year-old revealing details about not only his professional life, but his family as well, raising his 5 children, including 12-year-old daughter Zaya, who recently came out as transgender.
Lost to LeBron, they've done it again.
Wade says he and his wife, actress Gabrielle Union, didn't have all the answers when Zaya first approached them and began educating themselves to support their daughter.
When I was a kid, I never knew if I was around someone who was gay, transgender. I never knew it. So when Zion came out to us, I had to get educated on every scenario and every situation, and I'm still being educated. So if my child comes home and say, "Hey, Dad, I feel that I am a she," my job is to help you.
And look, hold on. Let's pause it right there for a second, man. Right? His daughter, his son is saying he's a she, man. You all the things kids say they are, man. Kids say they lizards. They say they lions. They say they all types of things, man. So how in the world you gonna have your son tell you he a girl and you just accept that, man? You sort of just listen to him. Well, you think you're a girl? Look in the mirror, man. right? And this is the harsh reality when you going into this world and the way this world is and believing in what they want to believe in, man. You ain't no girl, man. You a boy. You're a boy, whether you believe it or not, man. And it's gonna be real weird when he grow up and he's 6'6" or something like his dad, and this nigga, so like, and this Jake going around saying he a girl, man. When he tall, you know, Jake gonna have a purse on, man, sitting around acting like look, you know, look, you gotta understand, man. You can't let your child dictate what he wants to do. You gotta train up the child. We just read that, right? Let's keep it playing.
Become who you are.
Zaya's brother Zaire sharing these photos of the two of them growing up, posting on Instagram. I have been blessed to have my best friend Zaya with me for 12 years. We did everything together, but the one thing we never did was leave each other behind. I don't care what they think, Z. You are my best friend, and I love you. Union sharing this intimate conversation between Zaya and her father.
Even when people are being mean.
Yeah, I know they can get tough, definitely. But I think you push through and you be the best you.
Oh, it is wonderful to have Dwayne Wade here with us.
It's crazy, man.
First of all, thank you so much you're here to talk about the documentary, and you got permission from Zaya for us to have this discussion that you started with Ellen that just got so much reaction. How is she handling all of this attention and people that are talking and now know her story?
Yeah, she's a kid that wants to focus on school. Right. Today she has a mock trial at school that she's stressing about, and she's like, Dad, I came out to everyone because I wanted to be me. And I'm thankful that I'm able to be me, but I need to focus on my trial.
But hold on, you're not being you, right? Because what you are is what you are, man. You know, the Most High ain't make a mistake, man. The Most High didn't put you down as a boy when you were supposed to be a girl, man. You know, you got to use the bathroom. He knows he's a boy, man. There you go. Right? He got to look in the mirror. He knows he's a boy, man. You could never be a girl, man. You could never be a woman. And it's crazy in the society that people, being a woman is way more than talking like a woman, way more than dressing up like a woman. Being a woman is a whole spiritual thing, man. It ain't just dressing up like no woman and talking like a woman. You know, sort of getting your, for lack of better terms, getting your penis removed. Thinking you're a woman, that's not gonna make you a woman, man. You're gonna still be a man. You're gonna still be a man. You could never be a woman. Women have a different spiritual vibe. They're completely different from you, man. You could never be there like a woman could. You could never emulate the things a woman could do because you're not a woman, right? That's just show you how simple-minded they is. They think just being a woman is just dressing up and putting some clothes on, man. This is crazy, man.
You know, you guys handle that, but like, she's focused, but I think for her and myself and my wife and our family, we love the fact that she doesn't have to hide who she is.
She seems wise beyond her 12 years, because when you hear more of that conversation,
in Babylon, they think that's wisdom. She's wise beyond the
calling her she already.
Yeah, calling her she. When it's her son, man.
Exactly, man.
Ain't nothing. Look. If say I woke up one day and I said I wanted to become a damn gorilla, right? And I'm going around, I'm in the junk, I'm in the woods, you know, you sort of can't even come up on me because I'm gonna try to bite you or something. Look, if I go around, is people gonna start calling me a gorilla, man? Are they gonna if I was going to be on the news, are they gonna say, well, a gorilla was caught out in the woods? No, they're gonna say, look, a man, they gonna get a town and everything. They're not gonna call you no gorilla, man.
Crazy, man.
So, exactly. This is how I show you. This is a mental disorder. This is a demon that's on these people to think that, look, I'm a man, but you know, I sort of think I'm a woman, man. You know, you're not no woman, man. Mm-hmm. Just that plane keep you going.
In the golf cart, and you said that she helped you and the family have a better understanding and helped you with this. How was she able to do that?
Well, she is our leader. And
hold on. You heard that? Get that Proverbs 22:6 again. Right? He said she's her lead. Right? Let's just clear that up. He said he's our leader. Right? His son is this is the problem in raising up of this child. You know, he's sort of telling them whatever he want to do. You know, I'm a girl. And they treat him like a girl.
Mm.
You know, he got him leading. Oh, he's a leader. You're the parent. You're supposed to be the leader, man. Right? Bring out that Proverbs 22:6 again.
Proverbs 22, verse 6.
Right?
Train up a child in the way he should go.
No, he trained you up in the way you should go. Read that again.
Train up a child in the way he should go.
You got to train up the child in the way he should go, man. You don't let the child train you. Right, Kiri?
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
And when he's old, he's not going to depart from those things that you taught him to do. Right? But if you let a child just run wild and come up with his own things, man, look, you ain't going to be able to control him then, man. Because you already don't gave him root. If he say he a girl, he a girl.
And a lot of them come back and hate their parents.
Right.
For not being a better parent. Train them up the right way.
Right.
Well, you could have stopped me, Daddy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which exactly what they gonna do? Because it's a fact that a lot of these people that's coming out transgender, they end up changing. They end up saying, "Look, I was just tripping."
Yeah.
They think it's a mental disorder. They go back on all of it and say, "Look, I was tripping."
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do then? You'll say, "Dad, you should have been in the stop to all that, man."
Right.
And you gonna be looking stupid, man. Let's keep it playing.
I think when the conversation we had, the one thing about it with parents is have conversations with your kids. You know, Zaya early on knew two things. She knew straight and she knew gay. Mm-hmm. But Zaya started doing more research. She was the one who sat down with us as a family and said, "Hey,
look, the son, he calling the shots. He said, 'How y'all come in?'" You know, the son sort of calling the shots, man. So look, y'all come and sit down in here.
I don't think I'm gay." And she went down the list and said, "You know, this is how I identify myself. This is my gender identity, right? I identify myself as a young lady. I think I'm a straight trans because I like boys." So it was a process for us to sit down with our daughter and find out who she is and what she likes and not put something on her, because as parents, we put our hopes and we put our fears on our kids.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to put the hopes and the fears in your kids, man. Right? You're supposed to give the hope and salvation to your kids, and you're supposed to put the fear of the Most High in them, man. You're talking about we put our hope and our fears on our children. That's what you're supposed to do, man. You're supposed to put the fear of the Most High in them, man. You know, when he sort of came with it, you sort of should have corrected him, man.
Yeah.
So, look, no, you don't say that. I know you like to play around and stuff, which that's what he was doing. Well, you're going to find out that he came up with this when he was 3 years old. Right? And how much do you know at 3 years old? We're going to keep it playing.
And with Zaya, we decided to listen to her, and she's leading us along this journey.
And once again, he's telling you, look, the child's leading us, right? When he's supposed to lead the child, he's supposed to train the child. Let's keep it going.
Documentary.
Nope.
Why did you, and what was that family discussion to reveal this way?
Well, I struggled on how much I wanted to talk about in the doc. I actually didn't talk about it a lot, but I knew if I put it in the doc at all, it would be a big conversation. And we struggle with that from, yes, we understand that our daughter's 12 years old. We struggle with what people would say about a 12-year-old making a decision about her life. But we also know our child, right? And so we sit back and we say, you know what, as parents, it's our job to sit back and figure out and find the information that, you know, we can. And we sat down together as a family. We've reached out to as many people as we can. We've researched as many things as we can to try to help not only our family, but other people in this journey and along the way. Because one thing we do know as a family, you know, we've been through so many different things that other people and other families go through, and they say, thank you guys for speaking out on it. Thank you guys for being the face and the voice of this, because we can't. And that's what we're trying to do. We know it's other families out there that's dealing with their kid, finding themselves and learning who they are.
And what is your advice to a parent who is struggling to accept their child for any reason?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like we have all the answers. I'm not going to sit here and act like before our child came home and set us down, that we was not ignorant parents when it comes to the world. We're like, when I say we're learning from our 12-year-old, we're literally learning from our child. So the biggest thing is have an open mind. Go out and research. Ask your child, ask other people questions about this, because this conversation is real. Our 12-year-old deals with this. This is her life. every day. This is no game to us. We're about protecting her heart. We're about protecting her joy. And to do that, we have to support them.
And how do you protect her? Because I think some parents are, they want to accept and they're understanding, but as a parent, you want to protect your child. And as much support as you have received, there has been criticism as well. And for your daughter to even admit that. And your son, that beautiful posting and saying, referring to they. So how do you handle those people who are less than supportive?
Well, our family, we love, right? We're imperfect, but we love each other for who we are and whatever we're going to become in life. I think we understand that we have to protect each other. We get amazing support from people. We get a lot of hate from people. But along the way, we inside together as a Wade family, we have to be the ones that have each other's back. And for us, it was important that Zaya understood that her family has her back. And it's just from the world and what people will say and what people think. But she's known that for 9 years, since she was 3 years old.
She's known since she was 3.
She's known since she was 3.
Look, now come on, man. What a kid know at 3 years old, man. Right? Like we said, we was just talking about a kid to go out in the dang highway, man. Right? And play with cars at 3 years old, man. A kid doesn't know anything at 3 years old, man. He don't know his right from his left, man. It's a video going around how this father was asking his son what he was at 3 years old, man. And the son was like, he asked his father, was he an omelet? And he was like, yeah, I'm an omelet. He asked his father, the father asked his son if he was an omelet. He said, yeah, I'm an omelet. The father asked his son, what is that, Xbox with a PlayStation cord? And he said, yeah, I'm an Xbox with a PlayStation cord. And then he asked him, was he transgender? He said, yeah, I'm transgender. That just show you, man, that a 3-year-old, he has no mental capacity to know anything, man. So they sort of took that and took it serious, man. When they should have rebuked that, said, no, I know you play, but you don't play like that. And look, they would have never heard from it ever again. Right. But because they went there and tried to they sort of pushed it on them, man.
Another thing, Will Smith's son was like, started that trend too.
Yeah.
And along this way, we've asked questions and we've learned.
Guess what? These superstars, they look to each other.
Right.
His son is, I think I can do it.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what's going on in there, man.
And you notice who is directed at, right? Because they don't really be talking about so-called white people or Asians or nothing like that. They pushing it on you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Let's keep it going.
But she's
Did you know early on?
I knew early on that I had to check myself. That's what I knew. I knew early on that I had to ask myself questions, right? All right,
look, we done with this. Y'all can watch the rest of the video. It's on ABC News or whatever. We sort of finna get out the scriptures, man. Let's go back and let's get on the scriptures because Jake is going off as always.
Always.
And you sort of gotta just hit him with the scriptures, man. Give me Proverbs 29 and 15. Proverbs 29 and 15. And then give me 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 8. Let's get on it. Because Jake, y'all can watch the rest of the video on your own time. Shalom, brother Mugmug, the general. Shalom out. Get that real quick. Proverbs 29 and 15. Bring it out.
This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 15. The rod and reproof giveth wisdom.
Read that again.
It says, the rod and reproof giveth wisdom.
Right, can you read?
But a child left to himself,
right,
bringeth his mother to shame.
I love the scripture, right? So a rod, right? When you got the rod, you disciplining your children and you reprove them when they say wrong things and when they do wrong things. It says it gives wisdom. But a child left to himself bringeth his mother to shame. So if you let a child just do whatever he wants to do, he gonna bring the whole family to shame, man. He ain't gonna have no wisdom, which is his mother, right? He gonna be doing whatever he wants to do, man. He left to himself. He's sort of winging it, man. And that's what they do. They let the child lead them. They just said it right out the mouth. You heard it right out of their mouth, man. So Con, get verse 17 too.
17. Right? It says, correct thy son.
What?
correct thy son.
Let him lead you, like Dwayne Wade was saying. What does it say?
It says, correct thy son.
Can you read?
And he shall give thee rest.
Right. So, because if you correct your son, he gonna give you rest, right? Because he gonna say, "Oh, I know not to do that. I know not to say that." But you just let him just do whatever he wants to, and you sort of learning from him. And they sort of taking notes from their son. Hey, his name was Zion, man. That's a spiritual name, man. But it got turned to what is it? Zaya? What was it? Zaya. Right? Can you read?
It says, yea, he shall give delight unto thy soul.
Right. He gonna look, if you correct the son, he's gonna give you delight to your soul, man. He can put on the show all he wants to. No straight man, one that's got any right mind is gonna want his son to be a flaming faggot, man. That's just real, man. He can come on the show and act like he wants to, but he knows deep well. I don't know. He might be a little switchy. You don't know what some of these people do in the dark, man.
Never
right?
know, man. Jake.
You never know, man. I sort of seen him with long earrings, the slam dunk contest. He was looking like he was switching a little bit. I don't know. We leave it up to the Lord, right? But you got to go off the scriptures, man, and train up your son, man, and the way he should go and correct him speedily, man. This must have been a speedily correction right there. Look, no, you don't say that. You don't play like that. No, you like to play. You don't say that.
And then you get your Bible out and show it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
Look, son, you get put to death for doing that. I guarantee you, it would have been the end of the sky. That would have been it. That would have been all. Bring it out. 1 Timothy 5:8.
5 verse 8.
Right.
But if any provide not for his own.
So you got to provide. Finish that out, Slocky.
Especially for those of his own house.
Right.
He denies the faith.
Right.
And is worse than an infidel.
Now, this is talking about actually providing for them, having the money,
right.
The food, the clothing, the shelter, right? But this is also talking about providing for them spiritually, man.
Exactly.
So when that came up, you should have been right there ready to provide for him spiritually, because your child gonna have questions. He gonna do wrong things. It's set up like that for you to correct them in the right way. It ain't set up for you to say tell a three-year-old to lead you. Say, oh, well, son, that's what you think? What else do you think, son? We're just gonna go whatever you leading us. No, man, you supposed to lead him. Give me 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 2. Right? And give me Psalms 127 and 3. Psalms 127 and 3. First Peter 5 and 2. Right, bring it out. 5 and 2.
Oh, okay. All right, this is 1 Peter to the 5 verse 2.
Right.
It says, feed the flock of Yahweh, which is among you.
So you got to feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, man. Right? Can you read?
It says, taking the oversight thereof, not by
constraint,
but willingly, not for
filter
lucre, but of a ready mind.
Right. So you got to be feeding the flock. Right. That's talking about all the brothers and the sisters, but that's talking about your family also, man. You got to feed the flock of the Most High, man. Right. You got to feed. That moment you should have fed them with some milk or it's the basics. Right. You should have, it's a babe. So you got to feed a babe with milk, man. Look, son, you don't do that. That says that in the law. You can't do that. That's off. You don't even say stuff like that. Right? And he would be like, okay, Dad. He would have ran back in his room, probably tripped up on something. And that's how kids are, man. You don't take it serious, man. Keep reading. That's also that might be it. What I told you give right, verse 3. Give verse 3. It's like
verse 3 it says, neither as beginning neither as being lords over God's heritage.
Right. So you don't be lords over God's heritage, because the Most High own your children. Right. He's over them. He's the Father. Right. Can you read?
It says, but being
examples
to the flock.
So you got to be an example to the flock. A child has to see a living example. Right. If you don't ever correct none of that, your child gonna be doing whatever he want to do, man. If you don't never, you gotta live the example, man. Right? You gotta be doing it. And you gotta also tell them how to move, man. You gotta be an example to the flock. That's a major thing, man. Give me that what you hold now. Psalms 127 and 3.
Psalms 127, verse 3. Lo, children are inherit of the Lord.
Right there, heritage of the Most High. Just like we were saying, because that's God's heritage, right? That's the Most High's heritage. Keep reading.
And the fruit of the womb is his reward.
Right, the Most High's reward. Keep reading.
As arrows are in the hands of a mighty man,
right?
So are children of the youth.
Right.
Happy is the man that has his quiver full of them.
Right.
They shall not be ashamed.
Right.
But they shall speak with the enemies in the gate.
So if you raise up a righteous child, man, that's a beautiful thing to have a lot of righteous children, man. Right? You don't raise them up in the right way. They say they're gonna be like quivers. You're gonna be able to pull them and bow, because they're gonna all be strong men of the Lord and women of the Lord. Right? They're gonna know the right way to move. They're gonna know the way. The enemy's gonna be. They're gonna be like, I can't stand them. Right? Because you taught them the right way. Now the enemies, they sort of laughing at Dwayne Wade, man.
Exactly.
They laughing at him. You know how Esau is. Look at this nigger, right? Yeah, they got his child. The child is a boy. He calling him a girl. Look at they calling the family into the living room, right? But Jake, they don't understand that this LGBTQ community stuff has been pushed on them. It's pushed on you, right? It's been pushed on you it's all for you to break the commandments of God. It's all another way of Esau's trick. That's why when you see something like this, it's look, everyone sees it, man. It's everywhere, right? So come on, give me Sirach chapter 7, verse 23 in the Apocrypha.
All the stuff they done pushed on you, now they're pushing the worst thing they can find.
Right.
Something that leads to destruction.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And all people just they know what they want to be.
Nah.
The Lord know what you need to be.
Right.
And you need to train them up.
That's right.
Ain't no discussion on it.
No, ain't nothing to talk about.
Chapter 7, verse 12.
23. Slakia, let me get this precept because we want to get on that, because the little boy say he like boys, man.
Exactly.
You know, you had a couple of them in school, man. You might have to throw a couple
blows
at them, man.
Exactly.
You know, you might have to correct them in school, man. Exactly. You know, he probably gonna go to private school. They probably gonna accept that. You know, in public school, you know, you might get a couple blows at you, man.
Right.
You come around feeling on people, talking about you like boys. Look, you know, you're supposed to correct them on that. But let's get this. Leviticus 18 and 22, right? It says, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination, man. Right? So it's an abomination for a man to try to lie with another man, man. That's off, man. That's off, man. You little boy thinking that. This is showing you that he should have been corrected, man. And one more precept, Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. This is the scripture he should have read to Zion when he was Zion, man. You know, don't try to read it to him now when Zion. You like, I don't know that. You mean, look, man. You know, he gonna sort of buck up against you there, man, because you don't let him run the show the whole time.
Put that wicked in him.
Right. It's over. Right? Give me Sirach 7 and 23. Read it out.
This is Sirach chapter 7, verse 23.
Right.
It says, hast thou children?
Right.
Instruct them and bow them down.
Bow down.
Bow down their neck from their youth.
Right. So if you got children, look, you got to instruct them. They can't instruct you like Dwayne Wade was saying. Exactly. You got to instruct them. You got to bow down their neck from their youth. What does that mean? When they're young, you got to go ahead and instill those things in them. You know, you can't wait till your son, 27 years old, and sitting there trying to break down the laws to him, man. Exactly. He going to be like, what you talking about, Pops? You know, we've been doing wickedness for forever. Now, what is he talking about? Right? You got to bow down his neck from the youth, right? Bow down her neck from the youth, man. So she know to respect the Most High. Right. She know about the truth. Keep reading now.
Keep reading.
Yeah.
It says, has thou daughters,
right?
Have a care of their body,
right?
and shown not themselves cheerful towards them.
Right, because you can't show yourself too cheerful. Sometimes you love your daughters, right? And some men, they love their daughter so much that they always cheerful around them. Sometimes you gotta correct them sometimes, man. Right. No matter if that's your little girl, no matter if you love her so much, you gotta correct it just like you correct your son, right? And it says, cover their body. What does it say?
It says, care of their body. Yeah,
have a care of their body, which means you gotta care for them, and also you can't have them out here wearing all type of explicit clothes. They out here butt naked, looking like hookers. No, you gotta have a care for them, man. You gotta make sure they shamefaced, and you gotta instill that to them at a young age. Yeah. Keep reading it up.
Keep reading it. It says,
actually, Slacky. Yeah, finish it out. Yeah, Slacky. Verse 25. Get that. My bad.
25. It says, "Marry thy daughter."
Right.
And so shall thy have performed a wedding.
A weighty
matter.
Right. But so marry your daughter, which is marry your daughter with someone. But this is gonna show the type of person you should marry your daughter to. Right. Can you read?
It says, but give her to a man of understanding.
Give her to what?
It says, but give her to a man of understanding.
Right? It's in there, right? So you gotta marry your daughter. That's one of the key things when you have a daughter, right? You marry your daughter. Right, and you give her to a man of understanding, man. A righteous man ain't gonna sit here and let his daughter get married to some Jake wicked as hell, shooting and killing people. Right. Coming up, he ain't got no respect. You give him to a man of understanding, man. You give him to someone that's like yourself, right? Because don't be surprised when your daughter coming home and she got bruises. She don't got a black eye. Right. When you let her go off of some nigga in the world. That's right. Right. You gotta. That's the thing. Another thing. People in the world, they don't care, right? Yeah. As long as you got on one knee and proposed to her, you can marry her. Right? Or they got their own. They don't or something they see or something they like about the person. Yeah. They got money or they got riches. Oh, you better marry. You better marry him. He got some money.
They come from a good family.
Come good. You better marry them. No. You gotta seek first the riches that come from above, from the Most High, man. The wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding. Now, give me Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 6.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 6.
Right. Give me Proverbs 13.
Proverbs 13.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 6. And these words which I commanded thee this day shall be in their heart.
Right.
And they shall teach them diligently.
What?
They shall teach them diligently unto their children.
Right. So you should teach them diligently unto your children. So these laws, you got to be teaching them diligently. I'm telling you, Dwayne Wade ain't sitting around teaching his children the laws all day, man. Right? You got to teach it to them. What does diligent mean? You look, when your child get of age, when he's starting to understand things, exactly. When he getting around that age, when he being hard-headed and he ain't listening to nothing, you got to start correcting them then. You got to start correcting them at the early age as soon as they start going off and they can understand what they doing wrong. That's when you got to teach them. Can you read?
And talk of them when they're sitters in their house.
Right. So when y'all sitting together in the house, you don't talk about y'all being gay like Dwayne Wade doing, man. Turning your boy into a little girl, man. You sit around and you talk about righteous things, man. You talk about the laws, the statutes, the commandments, what's required in them when they come in to serve the Most High. You instill in them the fear of the Lord. That if you don't do these things, you're worthy to get put to death, right? If I don't do these things, I'm worthy to get put to death. Can you read?
And when their walk is by the way.
Right.
And when their lies down, right. And when their rises up.
Right. So everywhere, when you're around your children, you talking about these scriptures, man. Right? Yeah, you talking about the Lord, man. You instilling in them the fear of the Most High. Exactly. Keep read.
And there shall bind them for a sign upon their hand.
Right.
And they shall be as frontlets between their eyes.
Now the hand means that in your behavior, you're gonna do these laws. You're gonna be the example we were just reading. You got to be the example in your behavior. And frontlets between your eyes mean in your mind. You got to be constantly thinking of these laws, right? Can you read?
Verse 9, and there shall write them upon the posts of their house.
Right. You better have some laws and statutes and commandments in your house. Right? You gotta have it somewhere where it can be easily found, man. Having the Bible in your houses, man. Bibles where your children can look through. Get them their own personal Bible, man. Have the commandments. I seen brothers that had their commandments up on their wall, man.
There you go.
Can you read?
And on the gates.
Right?
And it shall be when the Lord their God shall have brought thee into the land which he sworn unto their father, to Abraham, Isaac, and to Jacob, to give thee great cities which thou buildest not.
Which thou what? Buildest not.
Yeah.
All right, so all
That's it on that.
right, that's it on that. So you gotta raise up your child in these commandments, these laws, and these statutes, man. You don't let your child raise you. That's what Dwayne Wade was saying. He said, "What the child, Zion was leading him." You know, they sort of calling him Zion now, man. You know, so give me Sirach 30:1. Sirach 30:1. And give me that Proverbs 13:1. I think that's what I want.
13:1.
Right. And this is what your son should be doing when you tell them that. Right? Bring that up.
This is Proverbs chapter 13, verse 1.
Right.
It says, a wise son heareth his father's instructions.
Right.
But a scorner heareth not rebuke.
Right. So a wise son is going to hear what his father's telling him, man. Right? You got a wise son, and he's seeing these scriptures, and you reading to him, you going diligently, you show what happened to the people that didn't fear the Lord, you show what happened to the people that feared the Lord. A wise son is going to look at it, he's going to consider. Look, I don't want to be on that side, Daddy. You know, your son going to tell you, man. Exactly. I want to do right, Daddy. Exactly. Whatever I got to do. A wise son going to say, okay, Dad, just tell me what else. Tell me what else I got to do. Tell me other things. Let's learn it. You know, don't let the public school raise your children, man.
That's right.
You raise them. You know, you let the public school raise your children. Your child gonna come back something that you weren't prepared for, man. Because they're gonna get around all them other kids that ain't keeping no laws, that ain't keeping no commandments.
Exactly.
And they're gonna come out any type of way, man. Yeah, I get it. Hold on. Bring it up. Sirach 30:1.
Sirach 30, verse 1. He that loved his son causeth him often to feel the rod.
So if you love your son, you will have your son often to feel this rod, right? If you love your son, he should have felt the rod that day when he going around talking about he a little girl.
Exactly.
He should have felt that rod, man. Guarantee you will never say nothing like that ever again. You gotta have him feel. He's often. The Lord ain't say a little bit. You know, you don't spare the rod and don't do nothing with it. You gotta be there, and he gotta often feel that rod sometimes, man.
Exactly.
Can you read?
And that he may have joy of him in the end.
Right. But look, if you raise them up the right way, you gonna have joy in your son, man. Y'all gonna be sitting around talking about the precepts. Y'all will be down keeping the feast days together. Y'all gonna be loving on each other, right? You gonna have them doing all these wicked things in this world because you raised them up the right way, right? Can you read?
He that chastens his son shall have joy in him,
right? And
shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance.
Right. You gonna be talking to your friends like, well, I love my son, man. My son, he keep the commandments, but be taking all type of notes, right? Highlighting things. You know, he always asking questions.
Gotta find wise.
Yeah.
You might be around Dwayne Wade and him and his boy sitting around.
Yeah.
So, man, what your son doing?
Yeah. You know, he sort of come in with some dudes. Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Your friends gonna be like, the other friends, they gonna be like, what the hell? What's going on, man?
You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait.
Well, that's Zaya. That's what he want to do. He do whatever he want to do, man.
You mean your son is taking a rod?
Hey, you got
to Jake gonna get mad, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Jake gonna get mad.
Right. You gotta give him often a ride. He's supposed to be getting the ride now, man. Come on now. This is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, man. Jake gonna get mad at that.
Yeah.
But it's his own fault.
It's his own fault.
Not train him up the way he should go.
That's right.
So look, man, you gotta take it like a man. And
that's right.
That's the thing, man. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Exactly. Finish that out. Right. It go all the way down, I believe, verse 13.
Yeah, verse 3. He that teaches his son grievously the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him.
Right. So
like we were talking
yeah.
about.
So and then it grieves the enemy.
Yeah.
Instead of the enemy celebrate, because they copy when they see Dwayne Wade.
Exactly,
right. They caught. Look, hey, we got another one. Look at his ass all on the internet, all on YouTube, talking about his little boy and little girl, man. Right. But when you got someone that's raised up in these commandments, that's keeping these laws and the statutes, just like we grieve the enemy on the highways and the byways, he's gonna be another generation of getting on them. He's gonna be another generation of tearing them up. He's gonna be another generation of cutting them up all until the Lord come back, man. Exactly. He gonna receive that kingdom just like imagine being in the kingdom with your sons and your daughters, and we all serve the Lord. That's a beautiful thing, man. Keep reading up.
Verse 4: Though his father died, yet he is as though he was not dead.
That's a beautiful thing, right? You get put to death. Look, say you died at old age or you died. Look, you got a living example of yourself because you know what you did. You trained up the way he should go. You taught him everything you learned. You gave him everything he should do, and you leaving alone. You leaving yourself on the earth. That's what you're doing. Keep read.
For he has left one behind him that is like himself.
And you left another behind that's keeping the commandments.
Exactly.
That's keeping the laws and the statutes. Right? There's going to be teaching. It's going to be continual. If the Lord don't come back yet, you're going to have another generation of YouTube videos, another generation of going out on the highways and the byways. That's what you're supposed to be building up, man.
Exactly.
Keep read.
While he liveth, he saw and rejoiced in him.
Right. So while you living, you're going to be rejoicing in your son, man.
Exactly.
You know, Dwayne Wade ain't rejoicing in his son, man.
No.
He can try to act on the internet, on the YouTube and on the news channels, but you can sort of tell he even went back and said, "Well, we was ignorant parents at first." That means, look, they had that deep spirit inside of them that was telling them, "Look, we tripping," But they kept ignoring that, man. They kept ignoring it and said, "Look, well, this is what he thinks we should just go." They sort of listening to Esau and the LGBTQ community.
Exactly.
They sort of go away from their spirit, man.
Will Smith's son is doing it.
Because a lot of people, they got that spirit. They know that's off, man.
Exactly.
A lot of people, they know that's off. Ain't no convincing them into it. Right? But then you got the people that know it's off, but then they still allow it. And them the worst type of people, man. They almost worse than the people that's doing it because they allow that wickedness, man. Well, he ain't hurt nobody. Let him do his own thing. He okay. He ain't hurt nobody. No, you got to rebuke that sharply. Keep reading that up.
Verse 5. While he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him. And when he died, he will not sorrowful.
Right. Keep read.
Verse 6. He left behind him an avenger against his enemies.
Right. You leave behind an avenger,
man,
against your enemies, man.
Exactly.
Right. You leaving behind yourself. Now what Dwayne Wade's son gonna do, man? He ain't gonna be avenging nothing, man. He gonna be somewhere with his hand curled up. What we doing? He gonna
exactly, man.
curled up. He gonna have a purse on. He ain't gonna avenge nothing, man. Keep read.
And one that shall requite kindness to his friends.
Right.
Verse 7. He that maketh too much of his son shall bind up his wounds.
Right, because you don't want to put your son on too high of a pedestal, man. Because then you're going to have a hard time with your son, man. Right? You want to keep your son grounded and humble. You don't want to make too much of your son. Right? Keep read.
And his bars will be trouble at every cry.
Right? Keep read.
Verse 8. And horse not broken becomes headstrong.
Right, because if you don't train a horse, it's going to become headstrong. It's going to do whatever it want to do. Right? Keep read.
And a child left to himself will be willful.
So a child left to himself to do whatever he wants to do is going to be willful. He going to do his own will. He going to be headstrong. You're going to be able to tell him nothing. Right? Keep read.
Cocker their child.
Right. Cocker thy child. That word goes back to pepper. Right? If you pepper your child, right? You spoiling them, you peppering them. Keep read.
And he shall make thee afraid.
Right. So if you peppering your child all the time, you gonna have one of them children that they're gonna sort of be scary, you know they're gonna show to be they're not gonna have the right spirit, man.
Right.
If you always spoiling them and peppering them, man, right? You know, he gonna be afraid of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody come up, he gonna be he gonna be scared. Scared, yeah, because you don't pepper them too much. You don't spoil them too much. Key read.
Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness.
Now it's a fine line too. Cause if you start playing with him too much, you gonna have a bad child on your hand, man. You have a child, all he want to do is play.
Yeah.
He'll be dancing, playtime, daddy, let's play.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna be always wanting to play. So it's a fine line now. You can't spoil him too much, and you can't have him just one of them wrecking balls, man. He can't be one of them children that just always playing all the time. He ain't gonna never be able to get serious, man, when it's time to get serious. Key read.
Verse 10, laugh not with him.
Right?
Lest thou have sorrow with him.
Sometimes you got to be serious with your children. Exactly. You know, when you're joking all the time, you got to make a serious face and look, son. No. Key read.
Unless thou gashes their teeth in the end.
Right. At the end, if you don't learn how to be serious with your child, you gonna have a nut on your hands, man. Right? And I don't seen it happen before many times in the world, man. Them fathers that's like a brother to their children, or them mothers that's like a sister to their daughter, right? They always doing what they have like a friend with their daughter, man. They smoking weed with their daughter. Yeah. You know, they riding with their daughter and messing with dudes with their daughter and stuff, man. That's off, man. Keep read.
Give him no liberty in his youth.
Right.
And wink not at his follies.
Right. So you don't give him liberty in his youth. Ooh, wow. Let's look up this word liberty, man. Man, I just love the scripture so much sometimes, man. It's just let's look up this word liberty. All right. Liberty, right? Liberty is the state of being free, right? So basically that's what it means. The state of being free. That's what liberty is, right? To act as one pleases,
exactly.
Right? The power of scope to act as one pleases. So give him no liberty in his youth. You know, Dwayne Wade, he should have not gave any liberty to his son in his youth, man. When he was 3 years old, saying I want to be a transgender girl, you know, he should have said, "Look, son, I'm not giving you no liberty in your youth, man. You don't have the, you don't get to do whatever you want to do. You don't rule us in this household, right?" And it says, "And wink not at his follies." What is wink not at his follies? That means when you take everything he does seriously, right? You don't just let that pass by him saying he a little girl and just let him continue saying he a little girl to everybody, exactly. Right? You don't wink at his follies. I mean, you sit down with your son, right? If he don't do it when you there, you tell your wife, when I get home, let me talk to him, exactly. Right? You don't wink at any of his follies, because when they got little kids, they tend to say, "Oh, he's just a little boy. Oh, he's just a little she's just a little girl. You can't get on her like that." No, that's the time when you need to start getting on her, man. Right? You don't wink at their folly they doing when they're a little kid. You don't just, well, they just kids. No, you get on them at that age, man. Right? Because that's what they're gonna become. That's why it says bow down their neck in youth, at a young age. Keep reading.
You know what, man? I'm thinking about something. These are the days that Yahushua said about Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
You got to come out of this.
Right.
You
man.
You can't give into this seducing spirit.
That's right.
A lot of our people are doing that.
Yeah.
And going to be destroyed.
Right.
So, man, you got to say no. Hell to the no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To your children.
Yeah.
Don't give them no room like that.
No, man.
Because of you see the celebrity doing all that.
Yeah, man. No, you giving them liberty. And a lot of that comes from letting the children on the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
They on them those you know, children don't go out and play no more, man.
They even got gay cartoons.
Yeah, gay cartoons. You know, the children always all you see is a child all day. They're like just got the camera up in their eyes. You know, they can't see like that when they get 30. They can't even see no more because they don't have the damn iPad in their eyes for so long.
Man. Right?
You got to get your kids and out of that situation sometimes. But you got to use wisdom, man.
Exactly.
You don't know what your child could be looking at nighttime and what your child could be looking at when you're not looking, man. That's when you gotta instill those things in them in a young age, and you can't have them always in things like that, man. Because eventually he's gonna scroll. Especially, I don't see people that got their kids on social media.
Yeah.
At 7 years old, 8 years old.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
You know the certain things you see on social media, on Facebook. People get killed. gay people and all type of crazy things, man. You don't expose them to that, man. But read verse 12 and then get verse 13, and that'll be it on Psalm 30.
Verse 12. Bow down his neck while he is young,
right?
And beat him on the side while he is a child.
Right. So you gotta bow down his neck while he's young, man. Real young. You gotta go get him, right? And you gotta beat him on the side. You know, while he's a child, you gotta sort of tear his tail up.
That's right.
Right? While he's young, man. Keep read.
Lest he wax stubborn,
right?
And be disobedient unto thee.
Right. Unless he don't want to hear nothing. Right. And I guarantee you go into Dwayne Wade's son, he don't want to hear nothing. Nigga, I'm transgender. My name's Zaya. You know, he got everybody calling him a her, man. A she. You know, he's sort of calling the shots in the family, man. I know y'all watched the video. If not, y'all just tuning in. Go back to the video at the beginning of the video. Right? Keep read.
And so bring sorrow to thy heart.
Right, it's gonna bring sorrow to your heart in the end if you don't constantly get on to him, man. Right? Because he gonna wax stubborn. You know, he gonna be disobedient unto you. He ain't gonna want to hear nothing you got to say because you let him make his own decision. And when you come at unto him with when you come unto him with rules and things like and laws, he'll be like, we ain't never had rules. I always came up with what I wanted to do then. And then when it come to that, he gonna bring sorrow to your heart, man. Sorrow, right? Because he didn't want to listen, because you didn't teach him to listen at a young age. Get verse 13.
Chastise thy son.
Right, so chastise thy son, right? Can you read?
And hold him to labor.
And hold him to labor, right? That means sometimes you gotta let your child get out. You gotta let him go outside. You know, you gotta sometimes you gotta go back to the way it used to be done, man. You know, that's why when I get my house right now, I'm gonna give me a vineyard or some plants, right? They're gonna be out there doing work. They're gonna be out there doing making sure the field is okay. They're gonna be out there doing everything that they need to do. You gotta sometimes take it back to the scriptures, man. The way it used to be done, man. You gotta put him to labor. You gotta chastise your son and hold him to labor, which means even in these scriptures, you gotta hold him to labor, man. Yeah. You know, you gotta quiz him. You know, you gotta look, bro, what happens if this happens? You know, what happens if that happens? What you gonna do if this happens? Exactly. Right? That way he's already built up when it happens in the real world, man. You know, your son get around somebody saying, well, son, it's okay to be gay. It's okay you're supposed to accept everything. He gonna be like, well, my daddy didn't tell me that. My daddy told me that. He gonna start spilling on him, man. My daddy told me if you do that, you get put to death. My daddy told me if you break the commandments, the Most High, he gonna judge you for that, right? All praises, man. That's the way to have fruit trees, a grapevine, right? And hold your sons to labor. They appreciate the task and look, all praises. That's true. That's a true saying, right? When you got your children steady doing something, they learn to work for something, man. They learn the key values. They learn more than just letting your iPad raise your son, right? Because then you're gonna have a flaming faggot like Dwayne Wade's son, man. Then he's gonna just be going off because you let other people raise him. Keep reading. Lest his lewd.
Yeah. Lest his lewd behavior be an offense unto thee.
Right. So you gotta put him to work, man. Right. You gotta chastise him when he go wrong. Lest his lewd behavior. Let's look up that word lewd. Right. Let's look it up. We could screen share this, but for the sake of time, I'm just gonna look it up on the phone. It's a lot. Bear with me. All right, crude and offensive, right? Even in a sexual way, right? So he could look, his lewd behavior, it could be anything from a crude, offensive, sexual immorality behavior being a fix unto thee. He gonna go off, man, right? So you gotta chastise him early, man. I love that definition about going into a sexual way. Just like that goes right into what you just seen with Dwayne Wade's son, man. He didn't chastise him. He didn't hold him to labor, man. You know, he sort of letting the iPad in the world raise his son, man. Wow. And that's what happens. Wow. We're gonna get that to later. Let me get this. I'm gonna get this precept right here.
You know, he's got his wife. She's all the time naked on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With all kind of men in and out the bed.
That's right.
So what you expect?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She put, man.
And show you that she put her morals away for anything, man.
Exactly, man.
She put the morals away for a little bit of cash, a little bit of fame, a little bit of change. Get Proverbs 17:6, right? And give me Proverbs 23:13. Right?
Seventeen and 6.
Yeah.
Proverbs chapter 17, verse 6.
Right.
Children are the crown of old men.
Right.
And the glory of children are their fathers.
Right. So a glory of a righteous child, he said the glory of him should be his father. He should love his father, man. Right. And when you got children raised up righteous, and then they raise their children to be righteous, man, you got a whole tree of righteousness going on, man. Right? Right. Brother said you get shot in the old days for coming out the closet, man. Yeah. You get put to death, man. Look, if you go down to Levi, they don't play that, man. Benjamin, you go over to Benjamin, you go over there to Jamaica, and let them find out you let them find out you coming out of the closet, man. They gonna kill you in the closet. You ain't gonna have no chance to come out, right? That's the things that are acceptable in this society. That, you know, Benjamin, they still got that hold on to those olden ways sometimes, man. And Judah sort of been so put into this society that he sort of forgot those old ways that he wouldn't have been accepted in.
You know, Esau, man.
Yeah, hanging out with Esau, man. You know, so you can see the difference, right? Because other Southern Kingdom, they don't go for that. It ain't happening, right? And then let's just think about it, man. It's unproductive, man. No choice. You can't have a child if you been with another boy, man. Nothing's gonna happen, man. Y'all sitting around just, you know, hunching on each other, man. Doing nothing, man. Nothing. Right? Come on, man. Let's just be real. Let's, you know, lay it all out on the table, man. Bring it out real quick.
This is my Proverbs
23:13.
God. This is Proverbs chapter 23, verse 13.
Right.
It says, withhold not correction from the children.
From the child.
I mean, from the child.
Right. So withhold not correction from your child. Right. And that's one of the hardest things they've been trying to take away you correcting your child. That's what Esau's been doing. That's what these other nations have been instilling for you not to correct your child anymore. For you let your child to make his own decisions or her own decisions, right? It says, withhold not correction from the child, right? Can you read?
For if thou beatest him with the rod,
right,
he shall not die.
Right, because if you beat your child with the rod, he ain't gonna die. What does that mean? He's not gonna be put to death for those things that he's doing wrong. Right? He's not gonna get judged on those certain things because he kept those commandments, man. And even on a higher spiritual level, man, he gonna get everlasting life. Right? Can you read?
It says, thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shalt deliver his soul from hell.
So you gotta beat him with the rod and deliver his soul from hell. Now that hell ain't talking about underground in a fire with Satan under it, man. Exactly. That's talking about a lower state, man. That's talking about the grave, right? You're going to deliver his soul from the hell, man. You know, you're going to deliver his soul from getting put to death for some of these things. In the ancient days, he would have definitely got put to death for it, man. You know, you let your child be gay back then when Moses was ruling, man. You let your child be gay, they going to come find you, man. They going to come pull up on you. You know, he going to get stoned. The whole congregation going to throw stones at him. You know, you're going to have to deal with it because you didn't raise up your child in the way he should go, man. You got to deal with it. Give me Proverbs 13:24. Right? And give me Proverbs 23:25. Proverbs 23:25. Bring that out. Proverbs 13:24.
All right, this is Proverbs chapter 13, verse 24.
Right?
He that spareth his rod hateth his son.
So if you look, what is sparing? Sparing means you not giving him the rod, right? That means when it's time to lay the rod on him, you sort of like, Nah, I'm good. I ain't gonna whoop my son. You know, you're gonna be like those people that teach you today, man. They teach you in you sort of try to correct your child today, and your child go home and he tell you corrected him. You know, they might call DSS or something on you, man. Right? Because they've been trying to take correction out of the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans communities. Right? Can you read?
It says, but he that loveth him chasteth him betimes.
Right. So he that loveth him chasteneth him early. You chasten him at the early times, man. Right? You gonna be giving him the rod, not sparing it. Right? You ain't gonna be, because what they're gonna say, if you spare the rod, you hate your son. What does that mean? If you not giving him that rod, you hate him. Right? You hate your son, man. If you're not giving him the rod, man. If you're not rebuking him, if you're not chastising him, man. Because you hate him, because you know he's gonna grow up and he's gonna do whatever he want to do, man. Because it never was any correction in place, man. Get that precept, Proverbs 23 and 25.
Proverbs chapter 23, verse 25.
Right.
Their father and their mother shall be glad, and she that beareth thee shall rejoice.
Right.
My son, give me their heart.
Oh, 24. Salaki. Yeah, 24.
All right.
Proverbs 23.
Proverbs 23, verse 24. The father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice.
Right. So the father of righteous shall rejoice. They're going to rejoice. Right? Can you read?
And he that begotten a wise child shall have joy of him.
So if you begotten a wise child, a child with wisdom, you're going to have joy in that child, man. You're going to have joy, like a joy you could never think of. You think people have joy in their children when they in the world, when they wicked as hell? Think about how much joy you're going to have your child if he's going by thus saith the Lord. Right? Can you read?
Verse 26. My son, give me their heart, and let their eyes observe.
25.
Okay.
Yeah,
25. Their father and their mother shall be glad, and she that bears thee shall rejoice.
Right. So the one that your mother's gonna be happy, the whole family gonna be happy, right? Because y'all going by what the Lord say. And the Lord says, if you listen to his commandments, you're gonna have good success. Right?
Exactly.
Everything is gonna go good for you. Exactly. You know, you might go through a little bit of hell. You know, ain't gonna be just straight, but everything, y'all gonna be tight. Y'all gonna be built up to be able to withstand the hell that you're gonna go through. Right? Give me that Proverbs. Would you hold this on? I'll be yours. Give me Proverbs 22 and 15.
22 and 15.
And you give me Deuteronomy 8 and 5. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 5.
Which one you want for?
Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 5. Well, actually, let me get this one first.
22, verse 15.
Right.
Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 15.
And this is what Dwayne Wade should have understood. If he would have read the scriptures, if he would have read thus saith the Lord, he would have understood how to react. This is a perfect scripture to show you what the Lord gave you answers to everything, man. Bring it out.
It's Proverbs chapter 22, verse 15.
Right?
It says, the foolishness is bound in the heart of a child.
So foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. What does that mean? A child is just a fool, man. He gonna say stuff sometimes that's just off, just tripping. He gonna say he a girl. You don't take him serious and turn him into a damn transgender and let him tell you how the way you should rule your house and how you should do things. Right? You got to correct him. Can you read?
It says, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him.
Oh, read that again.
It says, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him.
So foolishness is in the heart of a child, right? But the rod of correction, when you correcting your child with that rod, it's going to drive that foolishness far from him, man. He ain't going to be saying he no little girl no more if you would have got onto him real fast, man, and correcting him. You gonna drive that foolishness far from him, man. He ain't gonna never say nothing like that ever again. You know, he would have never looked into it. He said he did his research online. He said the little child did the research online, man. That came to him and had a meeting with him, man. He wouldn't have did no research online if you would have corrected him with that rod, man. So, Khan, give me and that's just how a child is. Give me Ecclesiastes 11 and 10, man.
Oh.
You know, children sort of children when they that age at 3 years old, they don't know what's going on, man. They in a whole nother world, man. They in a whole nother, they in a trance or something, man. Why do you think you don't remember to latest brothers remembers when they 4 or 5 years old, man? That's because when you was around 3 years old, you was just tripping, man. That's what you was doing. You don't remember nothing during that age, man. Give me that, man. Ecclesiastes 11 and 10.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 10.
Right.
It says, therefore remove sorrow from thy heart,
right,
and put away evil from thy flesh.
Right.
For childhood and youth are vanity.
Right. So childhood and youth is vanity. When kids are young like that, it's just pretty much vanity, man. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on, man. They don't know what's going on. You can't do nothing. They ain't at the age yet, man. That's why you gotta correct them. That's why you gotta lay that discipline in there. When they start tripping, you gotta correct them speedily, man. Because they don't know what's going on. They just saying things. They just being young. They don't really know what's going on. Right? That's what you gotta do, is correct them speedily, and you know, you gotta bring them up in the right way, man. Sometimes when they at that young age, sometimes they ain't at the age where you can really spare the wide, man. Spank them, you know, spank them on their hand or something, man. You know, give them some type of punishment, man. Don't just let them do whatever they want to do. Get Ephesians 6:4, and you was holding at Deuteronomy 8, wasn't you?
Yeah, Deuteronomy 8, verse 5.
Yeah, come.
Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 5.
Right.
Thou shalt also consider in their heart that as a man chastens his son,
right, so
the Lord their God chasteneth thee.
Right. So the same way we've been chastened. You look at our situation, man. You look at the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
You see if the Lord just let us do what we wanted to do. The Lord been beating the hell out of us, man. The Lord been whooping us and whooping us and whooping us over and over and over again. We done been through the Babylonian captivity, the Assyrian captivity, the Greek captivity, the Roman captivity, the American captivity, the Egyptian captivity, man. Right? We've been through multiple captivity. The Most High ain't been just letting us do what we want to do.
That's right. Because
if he did, that means he didn't care about us, man. Mm-hmm. Get that in Hebrews. Actually, we're gonna go back to that Ephesians 6. Get that. We read that Hebrews 7, but we need to go back a couple verses. Give me that Hebrews 11 and Hebrews 12 and 7. We started at 7. I think we read 11. Go back to 7. We read 11. Go back down to 7. Finish it off.
Verse 6. Therefore, there shall.
That's it. I'm pretty sure that's it on there.
Yeah,
that's it on there. Salakia. So the point is, that you gotta chasten your son like the Most High been chastening us, right? That means when you do wrong, if you love your son, you're gonna chasten him. You're gonna whoop him, right? You're gonna correct him when he does wrong.
Huh.
Bring that Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 7.
All right, okay. This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 7. It says, if ye endure chastening.
Salakia. Brother Ali, Graves, go back to the beginning of the video. We got the video. You might have to go all the way back when we're near the beginning. We went through the video. And then Dwayne Wade, the basketball player. Bring it up. Hebrews 12, 7. Salakia.
This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 7.
Right.
It says, if ye endure chastity.
Right.
It says, God dealeth with you as with sons.
Right. So we got to endure this chastening. We got to endure this hell that we're going through. Because the Most High dealing with us as sons, because he's chastening us. He's whooping us when we do wrong. Right. He's correcting us. Can you read?
It says, for what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?
Right. Because what son is he that the Father chasteneth not, man? Right. Can you read?
It says, but if ye be without
chastisement.
or chastisement.
Right. So if you be without chastisement, right? If you don't get whooped, if you don't get corrected as a child, right? And just same thing with us serving the Most High. If we don't get corrected when we go off, if we don't go through hell, can you read?
It says whereof all are partakers. Then are ye bastards and not sons.
Right, because you're a bastard, which means you don't have a father, right? Your father doesn't care about you if he just lets you do whatever you want to do, right? Your father cares about you when he chastises you. That's why the Most High cares about us, because he's been chastising us. He's been whooping us. He's been correcting us, right? The same way as you being a father on this earthly realm, you got to chastise your son if you love them. Because if you're not chastising your son don't have no earthly father, man. You ain't no real father. Now, you can have the most kids in the world, man. You know, Jake think he got 10 kids. He think he a real father. No. You know, that ain't, it don't make you nothing to just have a son. It makes you something when you go by thus saith the Lord and you raise him up in the right way and train him in the way he should go. Bring out verse 9.
Oh, verse 9?
Yeah.
Furthermore. All right, verse 9, it says, furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh with correction us.
Which
corrected us. And we gave them reverence.
Right?
It says, shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirit and live?
And live. Right. So we got to be in subjection to the Most High, right? And live the same way you be in subjection to your father, right? It goes both ways, right? You got to be just like you got to be in subjection to your father, just like a son has to be in subjection to their actual father. The same way you got to be in subjection to the Most High, right? In the same way the Most High been chastising us, the same way your job as a father is to chastise your son. Can you read?
It says, for they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure,
right?
But he for our profit.
So the Most High chastises you for your profit. Can you read?
That we might be partakers of his holiness.
Right. So the Most High, he's chastising you for profit. The same way you should be chastising your son for profit, right? What is the profit? The everlasting life, the kingdom, the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding. Right, can you read?
It says, now no chastening
for...
Right here?
Yeah.
No chastening.
Yes, like you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
All right, it says, for now no chastening for the present themselves to be...
Hold on.
That's the one we...
Now no read it again. Now no chastening for the present seemeth.
That's the one we read.
Yeah, read it again.
It says, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous.
Right, so no chastening in the present time seems to be joyous. When you getting whooped, you ain't seeing the end game in that, man. You ain't seeing the correction in that, man. You just seeing you getting whooped. You just saying you just getting the ride. Can you read?
It says, but grievous.
But what?
But grievous.
Yeah, you're gonna be screaming, crying, going through the same way in this world when we going through affliction. Exactly. You know, you're gonna be, damn, man. Why I'm going through all this? I thought I was serving the Lord. You're going through that because the Most High is putting you through that, right? To put you through that fire. Right, can you read?
It says, nevertheless, afterward, and yield the peaceable fruit.
It yieldeth
the peaceable fruit of righteousness.
Right, because after you go through that hell, just like when you serving the Most High, you go through that hell, it yields the peaceable fruit of righteousness. Same way when you put your son through that correction, it yields the peaceable fruit of righteousness. Can you read?
Unto them which are
exercised
thereby.
Right, so you got to be exercised with that correction. You got to go through that correction. Same way us in His truth, and same way a father got to correct his son, and he got to go be exercising that correction. He got to go through, right? Because that's the way you're going to raise him up. Now get that Ephesians 6:4. Go back to that.
Ephesians 6. Same way the 12 tribes is scattered around the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's that chasing the Lord done.
Yeah.
To straighten them out.
That's right.
Because if they had left them in there, then they'd have learned nothing.
No, no. Oh, the Lord will never do nothing to us.
Exactly.
We get to do whatever we want to. Ephesians 6:4. Give me Colossians 3:21. You was holding something? All right. Colossians 3:21.
21.
Yeah. Bring out that Ephesians 6:4.
This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4.
And this is the key. This is levels to this now. Then we're gonna get a little bit deeper on the level. When you chastising your son. Now you're supposed to chastise your son, but you ain't supposed to just, just get too deep with it, man. You ain't supposed to be tripping on your son. Bring it out.
It says, and ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath,
Right?
but bring them up in the
Nurture.
I mean, it's like in nurture and
admonish. Admonition. Admonition. Salakia.
Admonition of the Lord.
Right. So you gotta bring your child up and nurture him in the Most High. Right. You gotta nurture him with this word. Right. And you can't be getting on him so much that you ain't really nurturing him, man.
Right.
You can't just be getting on him and you're not telling him what he's doing wrong. And you just, you had children. Look, some fathers out there, I don't see them. Right. They just be mad at their children for no reason. They come home from work, they just mad at the world, right? No, you gotta have a reason, and you gotta correct them when you do things to him, man. You can't just do random things to him and he don't know what's going on, man. You're gonna bring him to wrath there, man. He gonna be sort of fed up with you, man. I don't know what to do, man. I try to do it. He tell me, he just go nuts on me. And that goes hand in hand with Colossians 3:21 too. What's the brother finna get? Colossians 3:21.
Colossians 3, verse 21.
Right.
Fathers, provoke not your children to anger.
Right.
Lest they be discouraged.
Right. So if you keep getting on your son and you're not telling him what he's doing wrong.
Exactly.
You just coming in there getting on him and bringing him down.
Yeah.
You're doing all the bringing down in the world, but you're not raising them back up. You ain't building them up.
Exactly.
Can you read?
Verse 24. 22.
Was that it on 21?
Yeah, that's it.
Read it again, Salaki.
Father, provoke not your children to anger.
Right.
Lest they be discouraged.
Right. So don't provoke your children to anger or they'll be discouraged, man. Right. What does discouraged mean? They ain't really got the courage like they should have, man. Because you don't been beating them up every day.
Exactly.
You
gotta build them up.
Yeah, all praises to your how about Shemi Shah, brother Ali. Brother said he got his little kids listening to this class. All praises.
All praises, yeah. All
right.
Praises.
Bring out Sirach 25:7. We're gonna bring out a couple more scriptures and we'll go ahead and end it through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shemi Shah. Been about an hour and a half, so we're gonna get out a couple more scriptures.
25:7.
Sirach 25:7. And you give me Sirach 12:1. Bring it out.
Oh.
And this is one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible, by the way.
12:1.
Yeah, Sirach 12:1.
All right. This is Sirach chapter 25, verse 7.
Right.
It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy.
Right.
And the 10th I will utter it with my tongue.
Right.
A man that had joy of his children.
Right. So that's a joyful thing. He said 9 things that I judge in my heart to be happy. Right. A man that have joy in his children. That was the first one, man. Right. And you're going to have joy in your children if they have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High. He read.
It says, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies.
And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies. Right. When you live and see, imagine how you're going to feel, how happy you're going to be when you live to see Babylon crumble down. When you live to see America crumble down. Before that, he said the first one was having joy in your children, man. And that was Sirach through the spirit, man. Right? The son of Sirach, which be translated as Yahweh Shah, Jesus. Get that Sirach 12:1.
Sirach chapter 12, verse 1.
Right.
When thou wilt do good and know to whom thou does it.
Hold up. Is that the right scripture? Try 2 on 1. Because I got to find the Salakia.
My son.
No, that ain't that. Hold on. Let me find it. Salakia Israel. Bear with me.
Hear me, my father, O champion. My son, before
Ecclesiastes. That's what it was.
okay.
Ecclesiastes 12:1, not Sirach 12:1. Salakia.
Ecclesiastes 12.
Right.
All right, we got you.
And then you can get that effeminate, which you was holding. And we'll end off with that.
Ecclesiastes, verse 12. Chapter 12, verse 1.
Right.
Remember now their creator the days of their youth.
Read that again.
Remember now their creator in the days of their youth.
So you got to remember the Most High in the days of your youth while you're young, right? When you're gaining knowledge and wisdom. That's the perfect time to instill those things in you. You got to remember the Most High in the days of your youth when you're young, right? Imagine how built up we would be, some of these brothers and sisters that just now learn the truth when they got old. Imagine how built up you would be if you was young and you learned that truth. How built up you would be if you learned all these things when you was young.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be pretty strong, man. You'd be a lot stronger than you are, right? Because you've been years of doing it. You'd be sort of like a professional, man. Key read.
While the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Right. So you gotta remember the Most High in the days of your youth, man. You gotta remember the Most High when things are going great. When before things go bad.
Exactly.
Right? You gotta do those things in your youth, man. Right? Because when all hell break loose, man, you're gonna have a child that you ain't gonna have no pleasure in, man. You're gonna have a child that if they don't remember the Most High in their youth, you ain't gonna have no pleasure in that child, man.
That's right.
You have no pleasure in them at all. Because he's not gonna do the things of the Most High. He's gonna do his own thing, man. But get that, we're gonna end off with the dagger on Dwayne Wade's son, and how with the dagger. Just bring it out.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. It says, Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh?
Yep.
Be not deceived, neither fornicators,
right,
nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate. It says, nor abusers of themselves with mankind,
right,
nor thieves, nor covetousness, nor covetousness, nor drunkards,
right,
nor ravelers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Yahweh.
Right. So you got to understand that you're not going to inherit the kingdom of the Most High doing that, man. You're not going to inherit the kingdom. So Dwayne Wade, you got to get on your son, man. And if you look, it ain't looking too good, right? Because now you got all these LGBTQ communities behind them, and he's sort of puffed up, So you got to get on your son. You got to learn how to raise your child, Israel. You got to remember these things is not going to get the kingdom of God, right? These people that's doing these things, you can't be effeminate. That's what he is, effeminate, man. Trying to be a woman. You read that scripture, said effeminate, man. You can't be effeminate. You can't be a man acting like a woman. You can't be a woman acting like a man, right? So hopefully, brothers and sisters was edified through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. We went in an hour and a half. Go back and look at it if you get a chance through the spirit of how to raise your child, through the spirit and the power, through the precepts of the Most High God, Yahweh. Your name is only begotten Son, Yahushua. Want to end off giving, of course, all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. Brother said the water for the edifying lesson. It's all from the Most High Yahweh, man. Your name is only begotten Son. Thank Yahweh, right? Because he's the one with the power. He's the one with the knowledge. He's the one with the wisdom. But the water for tuning in, brother Muck, and the water for everyone else tuning in, brother Ali, all the other brothers and sisters that tuned in. When they end off, of course, giving all and glory and praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Shalom Israel.
Shalom.
Happy New Moon.
Happy New Moon.
And Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Brother Demetrius Byrne.